welcome back. So if you're a coach, a consultant, and an expert, this video is for you. So today we're going to talk on how can we have more eyes into your business, especially if your business depends on you, especially if you are the face of the brand. If that's your case, this is for you. This training is for you. Okay, so let's start. So I know maybe right now you're frustrated because you are not seeing the result that you wanted in your business. And we're going to talk about different things, okay? First thing is visibility, okay? Visibility. So more things that you can do to be visible. And do not rely only on social media, please. We will talk about that, okay? Then second thing that we are going to talk is about, I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, personal brand, that's what I was going to say. Okay, let's go. Let's talk about visibility. So if you want to earn more, you need to be more visible. Period, okay? Period. So, if you want to be more visible, you need to do more things. And you may be thinking right now, okay, but Mireia, I post daily on social media, blah, blah, blah. Let's start with that case, okay? Since you have thought of that. If you post daily on social media and you see zero results, like you don't see enough traction, two things, or both things are happening. But first is that the content is bad. We all have been there. Okay, but it's better to be direct and to be honest. The content is bad. People are not resonating enough with your content. That's why they are not following you, and that's a message also for me, because I help people and sometimes we think that that's going to be amazing. That's not the case. So it could be the content is bad. And if that's your case, you can see that on analytics. If you click to the actual video analytics, you will see that it goes like that. See, if it goes viral, it needs to go above, okay, the graph. So let's say that. Sorry, in reverse. I think it's like that. Like they start here and then. So the higher, the better. Okay, it means that here we lost so many people. That was the graph that I was wanting to do. Okay, so have a look at analytics. So if that's your case, there's two things I want you to do. First, focus on hooks. I want you to just research online. You can search on TikTok your industry and then you can filter by number of likes. So please do that. I want you to have a look at that content that's performing really great on yours. And tell me why. Pause this video, do that and tell me why. Because I promise you there's difference there. And some people say, no, it's because my account is not working. 99% of the cases that I see, it's not the account, it's the actual content. The energy, how you speak, how you start the content, the hook, you can improve that, okay? So have a look at that. And then another thing that can be happening is that there's no path. So let's say your content is performing, right? So I post on social media, I have decent engagement, but they are converting. And my question for you is, every time that you post something, is there a clear step on what to do next? No, probably no. So I want you to, every piece of content, at least, let's say 50% of the content, you move them to something free, okay? So that will build your email list. And email list, more money. Email list, more money, remember that. Okay, so I want you to have that in mind. So, have a path for them. So let's say they watch, a clip of you. What would be the next step for you? What can you offer them for free? Is it a checklist? Is it a document? Is it a masterclass for free? What can you offer them that it's not, so something that they cannot find online. So something that's like that you only have it. So for that, you would, let's say you say at the end of the reel, comment the word masterclass and I will send you the masterclass. I'm sure you have seen that. So then you will message them. You can use ManyChat. ManyChat is a tool. So every time that someone comments something, automatically we send them something, okay? So we can use ManyChat or you can do it manually at the beginning and you move them to the masterclass. So for that to work, obviously, you need to move them to a website, simple website, where they can fill out the form, like name, email, and then you can send them an email with the masterclass. So the goal with that, to having a path, is to collect the emails. So please, 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 do not send them the masterclass or whatever you're offering them for free without having their email. Okay, because that's the main goal. Okay, so let's continue with visibility. I wanted to add that. If you have questions about that, let me know and I can create a whole training for you on that. Let's continue with visibility. So sometimes when we talk about visibility, is that we are relying only on our community. So you want to have more eyes into your business, so that means we need to be in front of more people. So I don't know if I have that. Okay. So for that to happen, we cannot rely only on social media. Okay. So right now, maybe you're relying on social media. So there's small things that you can do to be visible today. You can do ads. You can pitch yourself to online summits, memberships, podcasts. And yes, it requires time. I know it requires time. But you need to do it because you want to grow your business. And you know it all comes down to visibility. Having more people. If you have more people on top of the funnel, more people at the end will convert. Because it's a game of numbers. It's a numbers game, no? That's the phrase. It's a numbers game. So, if you want more eyes on you, you have more things to do. And again, you can pitch yourself to offer them a masterclass for free. And it could be the same masterclass, but the goal is collecting their emails. So what can I offer them after the masterclass that some people would join my email list? And it can be something really key, like for example, if you want a summary of the masterclass, click here, I will send you a quick document on what we just talked. And majority of people will say yes, because hey, I don't want you, and especially if you say at the beginning, hey, don't take notes, I will send you a summary of the masterclass. Majority of people will say yes, they will go to they will give you your email in exchange for that. And yes, you will need to say here, when they fill out the form, let's say here it says name, and then it says email, and then they fill out the form. Let's say on a simple website, okay? Here, please add, yes, I'm open to receiving marketing emails, okay? They can always remove themselves from the list automatically. They can unsubscribe, so don't worry about that, but please add that disclaimer, okay? So yeah, so as you can see, if you have a personal assistant, please tell her to work on that, okay? A list of online summits, membership, podcasts that you can pitch yourself, organizations, associations, Facebook groups. There's so many things, retreats, that you can put yourself out there and pitch yourself, okay? Let's talk about visibility, okay? So please do not rely on social media. And also, if you're in front of those communities, people, or groups, you can extract some content and post in social media. So there's so many things that we can discuss here, but let's continue, okay? So we have talked about visibility, okay? Let's say you have done that. There's something that's equally important right now, that it's personal brand. And let me drink a bit of water. One sec. Okay, personal brand. Why personal brands are, let me drink coffee. Why personal brands are so important right now, right? Why? Because we have so many of everything already. And the biggest differentiator of yourself. So I'm going to explain you how to be yourself. And I know it sounds really basic, but going to explain you how to be yourself and translate it into a personal brand in an easy, quick way, because that's what I love to do. Okay, personal brand. Personal brand is you, okay? So I want you to see yourself as a brand, okay? So Mireia Paino is a brand, and we're going to create what I call hooks, that people, the moment that they see that thing, their brain will go to me, Mireia Paino, okay? So they will link something to me as a brand, okay? So I don't want you to see yourself as a person. because yourself and the brand is not the same. You, your brand, okay? So you, the brand. So it's just a small thing. Maybe that sounds better. You don't need to share everything. That's a small thing of you, okay? So we will create what I call hooks, ideas that we want them to link. They want them to link yourself with the brand, with you, etc. Okay, so things that you are comfortable sharing, basically. Okay, so personal brand. Before I continue, there's 3 types of content. Okay, we will do like professional side, like you could say first pillars and second pillars, for example. Again, whatever you want to call it, but I like to say it first and second pillars. So first pillars, it all comes down for the business, okay? I'm going to add myself as an example. Me, Mireia, I help coaches, consultants, and experts grow online, like have more revenue. That's why people hire me, to earn more money. Okay, so my pillars is talking about strategy, content, messaging, etc. Okay, another pillar of me is talking about what I dislike about the industry. I dislike that there are so many business coaches that they haven't helped other businesses. So for example, for me, a business coach is someone who has owned their own business and they have grown the business, so you have enough content or knowledge to share. Or that's my case, I have worked as a CMO, I have grown businesses from A to B, so I have testimonials like, hey, I have helped these businesses go from A to B doing X, Y, and Z. And I see so many business coaches that the only business that they have helped is themselves by selling courses. That's not a business coach, I don't know what it is, okay? So that's something that I dislike. So that for me is the first pillar. So one pillar for you could be what I dislike about my industry. What's something that I don't agree with? And that could be one pillar, okay? First pillars, it's all comes down to the professional side of you, okay? Okay, let's continue. So we have strategy, marketing, I dislike, and then we could say mindset. One thing that I love to talk about is mindset for women. So women are less successful in businesses because 2 things. We don't have the audacity that men have, okay? And we don't want generally, that's a generalization, but generally it's what I see. Generally, we are so worried that people will think bad of ourselves, that we are not, that we don't take risks as much, we have the audacity to say no, things like that. So I really love to talk on mindset, on the things that as women, we can change. Have the audacity, have risk, and that's something that we can learn. So unlearn what we learned when we were little and do different things in life. Take different approaches, say no, put limits, have more audacity, increase our offers, the price of our offers, pitch ourselves to talk to bigger stages, for example. Men do that, and women is not something that we do. Why? Because, I don't know, we take less risks. I don't know if it's because we are afraid on what my people think of ourselves. So that's something that I love to speak on, as you can see. Mindset. Okay. And then that applies also to men. There's some men that I have also met men that are scared of taking risks, do not have the audacity, etc. Right? But that's something that it's more common, or at least that's what I see. It's more common with women. Let's talk about second pillars, and so that's how you build a personal brand. So there's a lot of everything. So let's say you're a nutritionist, a coach, consultant, expert. There's a lot of you doing the same. So the key thing is that thing to differentiate yourself. So maybe you have the same pillars as as someone else, but that I promise you will be unique. So second pillars are pillars that you're comfortable sharing that talk about you. So I want you to pick one vulnerability one and then the other ones. For example, second pillar of me. Okay, let's talk about those 2. Let's say I have a dog, I don't have a dog, but let's say I have a dog. My dog is an amazing second pillar because all the dog lovers will prefer to work someone who has a dog, who's a dog mom, a dog dad. If you're a mom, you can share the struggles of being a mom, being a CEO, use that. If you're a mom of 3 boys under 10, share that. Because some people might resonate with you. So sharing something about dog, mom, I love to cook, I love to, for example, I love gardening. In my case, I love to cook, I love gardening. That's something that I like to share. I like retreats, going to retreats. And then let's add something vulnerable, okay? Okay, in my case, what can I say? My parents got divorced when I was 14 and it was really difficult. It was a really difficult divorce with both of them, but since I'm the oldest, I feel like I had more pressure on that. I also got bullied when I was 14 too. So that's something I can share and everything that I learned from that, okay? So the key here is sharing something that you have already worked on. I don't want you to share something that you're uncomfortable with. I say that to everyone, and I can say it right now, like I have no problem. So something that you have worked on, okay? But that will help them connect. Same with the bullying stuff. So many people have been bullied in the business side. So when I say that, people relate to me. And they want to work with me because they know what it is. They know the struggles, etc., right? And I have to say, in terms of the bullying, it was done from my friends, who I consider my friends. So that adds something, right? So when I say that, people have had a similar situation will resonate with me. So pick something that's vulnerable from your life that you're comfortable sharing. And that's how you build ta-da, personal brand. So as you can see, how do I do that? Let's say you post, let's say you post every day. So it's easy. If you post every day, so 7 times a week, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 ideas of content. If you post 3 times a week, I would do 1 and 2. Week 1. Week 2. 2 from here, 1. So I could divide this, right? I know it's tricky, but people don't want to learn. Like, they want to learn, but depending what you share, it will be too much. So maybe focusing on the second pillar would be better. But again, write below what to do so I can help you more on establishing your strategy. And I will see you on my next training. Bye-bye.